According to the Pew Research Center, 1 in 4 adults have had trouble paying their bills since the coronavirus outbreak started. A third have dipped into their savings or retirement accounts to make ends meet, and about 1 in 6 have borrowed money from friends or family. The pandemic sent shockwaves through the economy, resulting in millions losing their jobs. It was also a wake-up call.
People are starting new businesses at the fastest rate in more than a decade. After the pandemic reshaped the economy, 2 things have become obvious. First, the demand for online shopping skyrocketed as brick-and-mortar businesses went into lockdown. As a result, e-commerce experienced 10 years worth of growth in just 8 weeks. Second, you must be in control of your income so you're never caught blindsided by a devastating global event like this again. The best way that I know to be in charge of your income and increase your earnings as high as you want is to build a business online. You decide how much you earn. You reap the rewards personally from every second you spend building your business. No more working your butt off to make somebody else money. Create an unlimited income to build your dream home. Take care of your parents, send your kids to college, or recharge on any vacation you want. All it takes is believing that you can do it and taking the right steps to make it real.
In video 1, you learned how building your own business online can set you free for life. You also learned why Amazon is the easiest and fastest way to get started. You met the Cups and learned how they completely transformed their lives by finding products to sell on Amazon. You also saw how they built and sold 3 businesses for millions of dollars. You discovered how simple it is to start your own business by finding profitable products to sell, like this eye cream. You learned the easy steps to find a supplier and contact them so you can place your first order. Unlike starting a franchise or a lot of other businesses, you don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars to start this business. I personally started with $500 in inventory and have since grown to sell over $14 million on Amazon. The Cups started their first business with an inventory investment of less than $500 and have now made multiple millions because of it.
Today, we recommend that you have at least $1,000 for your initial inventory investment. $2,000 to $3,000 will give you a lot more opportunities to choose from and will allow you to grow your business much faster. The most important thing, though, is just getting started. A life of wealth and prosperity is waiting for you. Once you have the right product to sell, the next step is adding your new product to Amazon and attracting your first customers. That's what we're covering today. Specifically, you'll learn the 5 key areas of your Amazon product listing essential to getting people to find and buy your product.
Now, before we jump into the training, I want you to meet another couple whose lives have been forever changed by Amazon, Ben and Charity DeVries. Selling on Amazon has allowed them to trade a traditional home for life on the road. They spent the last year exploring national parks across the US while running their business inside an RV. Now, the reason it's so important for you to hear from people like Ben and Charity is it makes this business real. We're giving you the strategies to create the freedom you want. But first, you have to believe it's possible. The best way is to see real examples of people who've already accomplished what you want. They've created multi-million-dollar businesses from scratch that allow them to do whatever they want in life. So listen closely as we dive into their incredible story. Well, great. Hey, Ben. Hey, Charity. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Really appreciate it.
I know, we haven't seen you in so long.
You guys have done some pretty amazing and cool things, with your business. So tell us a little bit about what your life is like right now running an Amazon business.
It's good. It's busy because we have our business. We've got our kids and our family and travel. If you would have told us 5 years ago that life would look like it does today, we would have totally been like, yeah, you're kidding, because just having like the time and the location freedom that we have, we would have never thought that would have been possible 5 years ago before we started this business.
So what was it like 5 years ago before you started the business? What were you guys doing?
Oh, man. So Ben was working like a day job in what he calls
cubicle land.
Yeah, cubicle land. I was actually busy mom with young kids, but looking for something to do income. So I was actually doing other people's laundry and picking up their dirty laundry and taking it back to my house and washing, folding, drying, and delivering it back to them. And that was not fun.
I had the entrepreneurial bug. I would make recommendations to the company I worked at, and nothing was really taken. It was like, this is kind of how we do it. And I wanted to do my own thing and kind of make my own processes that I know worked well. And I just really couldn't do that where I worked.
So we were just, 9 to 5 kind of grind, not really feeling fulfilled, but that was life.
Sure. And so you find your way into e-commerce, selling on Amazon. While you're on the road, like what would your typical like day to day or maybe like a week schedule kind of look like for you all, like running your business and doing all the sort of fun stuff you wanted to do?
Ben and I'll get up a couple hours before the kids.
Coffee first.
We sit outside the RV with our coffee, talk a little bit about, okay, well, what's on the docket for today? Maybe we'll get out the laptops for an hour, maybe. And then, we go play, we go explore, and we go have fun. It's very, very low maintenance running this business.
Thank you guys so much. You guys give so much back to the community. You're always willing to share your story. We know you're busy. You're traveling and taking care of kids and also running your business. So we really appreciate all the time that you give to everyone watching this right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Isn't that incredible? They've created a life of total freedom. And the best part is that this model is proven. It's the model we use ourselves in our own personal businesses. And it's the same model that we've taught to over 35,000 people to achieve financial freedom.
What you're about to learn now is how to list your product on Amazon and start making sales.
When you're ready to add your first product to Amazon, the process for adding it is pretty straightforward. Your first step is to create your own Seller Central account. The process is incredibly simple, and you can find the link for doing that right on the bottom of Amazon's homepage. And in case you're worried about whether or not you can sell based upon where you live, don't be. You can sell on Amazon from practically anywhere in the world. And when you do sign up to sell, we recommend starting your new business on Amazon.com in the United States. It has the most customers out of all the other Amazon sites and will help you get sales for your new brand as fast and easy as possible. Now, once your account is set up, the next step is to create your first product. We do that by going into your account, selecting inventory, and then add a product. Now we'll also want to select I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon because that's what we're doing here. We're creating a brand new product that never existed before. Now from here, you'll scroll down, go through the categories available, pick the one that's best for your product, and then when you finally get to it, you'll select category and start creating your product. At that point, you'll be able to enter in all the details of your product, such as the title, the images, your bullet points, your price, and your description. Now, those are the technical steps for adding your product on Amazon, but as you can imagine, it's probably a good idea to have all your product information ready before you jump right in and create your listing. This means that your title, your bullet points, your description, and images should all be ready ahead of time. And creating each one of these the right way, the way that we're going to show you right now, are going to help set you apart from all the other products out there on Amazon so you can make sales fast. Now, choosing the right keywords for your title, bullet points, and product description will help you rank above your competitors when people are searching for products on Amazon, resulting in more traffic and more sales. And how you write your listing and which images you choose to include will help you turn more of those visitors into buyers. And all of this means more growth and sales for your new business. The first step to preparing your product listing is to do keyword research. This is going to give us several search terms that we want to include in our listing in order to get more traffic. And keyword research doesn't have to be hard. As long as you know the most common search term for your product, then we can let Amazon tell us what other search terms people are using when searching for your product. Let's take, for example, this selfie ring light. When we go to Amazon and we start typing in the name of the product, you'll see that Amazon automatically starts suggesting other search terms that customers have been using when searching for this type of product. You'll want to write these down, and as long as they're relevant for your product, we'll want to include them in your product listing, specifically in the title, the bullet points, and the product description. Then, once you've created your list of search terms, it's time to start putting them to use. Now, when deciding on the best title for your product, you of course want to include the most popular search term. That's because your title is the most important thing Amazon looks at when deciding where your product shows up in the search results. For example, selfie ring light is probably the most common way to describe this product and is definitely what we want to include in the title if we want it to show up when people are searching for selfie ring light, which we do. But just having the most popular search term, that's what everyone else is doing. And when we type this into Amazon, we see all different types of search terms showing up, search terms that customers are using as well. And one thing that we know from our years of experience is that the longer the search term, the less competition that you will find. Want to see what I mean? Well, let me show you. So if we simply place double quotation marks around whatever search term that we're considering using, Amazon's going to tell us how many products are using that in their listing. So for example, I'm going to copy over selfie ring light. I'm going to put double quotations around it and hit enter. And you can see there's over 1,000 different products listed here. But if we type in selfie ring light with tripod stand, now we're down to 546 results. Then if we type in selfie ring light with tripod stand for iPhone, well, we're down to less than 100, 94 to be exact right here. All that using Amazon to tell us the exact search terms and how many products are showing up. Now, this one right here, less than 100 results, that's exactly the type of search term that we want to include in our title in order to narrow down our competition. And to get the best results, you put that at the very beginning of your title. You do that, and you already have extra ranking points above all the other sellers on Amazon who don't know to include their primary search term at the beginning of their title, much less in their title at all. Now, Amazon also looks at your bullet points when deciding which searches to show your product under. So you'll want to include the other keywords we found in our product research there as well. For example, we can include selfie ring light with tripod in one bullet, and then maybe selfie ring light for iPhone in another. But since your bullet points will also be the very next thing that any potential customer reads about your product, you also want to make sure that they're as compelling as possible. To do this, we always recommend listing out the benefits of your product here. Far too many sellers just include the features or specifications of their products in their bullet points, which can sound boring and won't make your product stand out. Now, while it may seem normal to include facts about your product, try instead to include the benefits of how your product will solve their problem or make their life better. Doing this one thing alone can help double or triple the number of customers who see your product listing and make the all-important decision of buying your product over your competition's. This selfie ring light right here is doing over $7 million a year, and they're doing okay by looking at their first bullet point, and they're mentioning that it's a dimmable ring light. That is something about their product. But they'd be doing even better if they talk about what this is going to do for them. For example, they do talk about how it's going to take away all the unflattering shadows, so why not lead with that, such as no more unflattering shadows, and then go talk about why that is, because their ring light is dimmable. Then the next bullet point, they're talking about an upgraded tripod stand. Again, that doesn't tell you really much about it at all. But again, they get to why that's important later on because it means the increased stability will make sure it won't tip over. So how about this for leading into your bullet points? Never have your tripod fall over again. So remember, include search terms and benefits in each one of your bullet points and then move on to the product description. Now, when creating your product description, this is the place to create a story about your brand and your product, and also include even more search terms that you weren't able to include in the title and bullets. Now, the product description isn't quite as important as your title or bullet points, but you still want to take the time to let customers know how your product will improve their lives and why your brand is the one to choose. Now, the last thing you need to include in your listing are your product images. For your primary image, you want a high-resolution, professional quality photo taken on a white background. Now, most cell phones take great pictures nowadays, so you could easily do this yourself. Or, if you wanted to, you could hire a photographer to take your picture, and they can do this for anywhere between $20 to $50 each. In addition to your primary image, you also want to take advantage of all the other image spots as well on your listing. And in most cases, that's 7. And you can see this $7 million product is only using 6. So they're missing out on an additional place for a photo that they could put in here and potentially get even more sales. Since buyers can't touch and feel your product like they could in a physical store, you want to make sure that your pictures show them exactly what it would be like to own this product and how it's going to solve whatever problem they're trying to solve. More importantly, you want to try and include lifestyle images of people using your product. Smiling, happy people have been scientifically shown to increase the likelihood of someone buying a product. So whenever possible, include a picture of someone using and enjoying your product on your product listing. The title, the bullets, the description, and images are the primary components of your product listing. And following the steps that you just learned will help make your product stand out, get more traffic, and get more sales. But there's still one more step that you want to take before you launch your product, and that's to get your initial product reviews. The easiest and fastest way is to ask friends and family to buy your product and offer you an honest product review. To date, this is how most people still get their first reviews. And since you only need 5 to 10 to get started, it's the best place to start. If you don't live in the country you're selling in and don't have any friends or family to ask, well, now's the best time in history to still be able to reach out to people anywhere in the world quickly and easily. Facebook includes billions of people and over 620 million Facebook groups. These groups are made up of people with common interests, and with that many groups, it shouldn't be difficult to find dozens of them interested in your type of product. So if you don't have friends or family in the US, search out Facebook groups with interests related to your product. Engage with the group to show that you too are interested in the same things they are. Then, when it comes time to launch, ask if any of the members would be willing to try out your product and hopefully give you your first few reviews. So here's a recap of the 5 most important components of your product listing. Include your primary search term at the beginning of your title. Highlight the benefits of your product in your bullet points and include more search terms as well. Tell your brand story in your product description. Get a high quality image on a white background for your primary image and include lifestyle images of people using your products in your other images. And get your initial 5 to 10 reviews for your product using friends and family or by finding and joining relevant Facebook groups. You do those things the way that you just learned, and you have a product listing that's ready to get traffic and convert it into sales.
So far, you've learned how to find a great product opportunity using Amazon, how to find suppliers, and how to create a great product listing page on Amazon. We've created a powerful guide to help you set up the perfect Amazon product listing page. Access it below this video for free after watching.
Next, you'll need a strategy to predictably get your product to show up for popular search phrases on Amazon so you can grow your sales. In the next video, you'll learn 2 ways to make this happen. You'll learn how Amazon decides to push products to the top of the search results and how your product can be one of the first that people see when they shop.
Remember, you are in control of your destiny, and using this information can change your life. The more action you take, the closer you get to the freedom that you want.
We'll see you in the next video.